podcast, we've talked a lot about Rondo's past, its history, and the painful impact that transportation policy has left on it.
We have talked about the history of Rondo and the history of the highway, which left such a painful and indelible mark on the community, cutting straight through the heart of Rondo.
We've also talked about many of other communities similar to ours across the country that have experienced similar challenges.
But Rondo definitely is not only filled with pain, but filled with resilience, filled with joy.
Rondo has always been, and continues to be, a thriving community, a central hub for African Americans in St. Paul.
Rondo is a community that so many people love and hold dear to their hearts, and we want to highlight those people.
The workers, activists, parents of this community, and all their various voices.
One group in particular that we want to highlight are the Rondo business owners.
Some of their stories is what we want to show you right now.
So one business in this community that has a pretty strong impact on it is Esteem on Selby in Victoria. And I recently interviewed the founder and CEO, Tamika Jones. So here is that discussion. Hey everyone, this is Erica with the Reconnect Rondo Youth Council. We are here at Esteem. It's a Black-owned business here in Rondo on Selby Avenue, and we're here to check it out, owned by Tamika Jones. Hey everyone, this is Erica from the Reconnect Rondo Youth Council, and I'm joined here by Tamika.
Tamika Jones, hi. Yeah.
Yes, the owner and creator of Esteem. And so, first question is, what led to the creation of your business? Like, how did you end up in the beauty industry?
So I think at the age of 10, I used to go visit my grandmother in California, and she had a vanity in her bathroom. And I just loved being able to open every drawer. It was like a mystery drawer, and go through it and see all the different creams and the makeup and the foundations and mascara. And that just was a place of peace for me. And my grandma didn't bother me. She allowed me to actually express myself and wear her makeup. So I just found it to be fun. And I just started doing makeup pretty much since then.
That's wonderful. How long have you been open for business?
We launched the business, it's been 4 years last week.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. And so what do you love about owning a business in the Rondo community?
So when I started my business, I knew that I wanted to be in Rondo. I was born and raised in Rondo. My daughter was born and raised in Rondo. We used to walk up and down these streets because she went to J.J. Hill. And so we were just really understanding the community, what the community means, and I wanted that community feel in my space. I also wanted the community to come to a place that was beautiful, where they felt comfortable, kind of like how they go to the barbershops, but it's a place for women to come and hang out and chill out. Well, it's for anybody, but I'm just saying, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And why do you feel like it's important to own and operate a business within your own community and have those local businesses that people can go to?
I think one reason as a business owner, it's important to be able to pay and help the city to support them with up and coming things that they're doing. So our sales taxes help with that, but also to be a resemblance to other people around here of who they are and where they can go. So for other little brown and black girls to see that they can be in the beauty field, or even if it's like plus size women, they can see that just because you're plus size doesn't mean that you can't be in beauty. Yeah. So it's just basically a way to be able to reflect beauty back onto the community, especially one that has gone through so much. So it's important for me to do some healing.
Yeah, most definitely. And what kind of legacy do you hope to leave here on this community?
So I actually want to build the business out even more. So in the next 5 years, I hope to bring manufacturing of the products to Minnesota. They're not manufactured here right now because Minnesota doesn't actually manufacture products that have color. They'll do conditioners and body creams. But so the hope is that I can bring business and generational wealth and income back to the community. My daughter already worked for me as my director of operations, so we want to bring more people on and have generational wealth and build the community. Yeah,
that's wonderful. And so last question, what advice would you give to like maybe a young black or brown person who they themselves wants to start a business?
Just do it. Don't think too hard, don't think too long. If you have the idea, go with what your body and what your spirit is telling you to do, but also don't get caught up if things don't work out the way that you want them to. all you have to do is pivot and turn direction a little bit, and everything will eventually fall into place.
Thank you so much. Do you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, I love my community. I'm so excited for the changes and the growth that's happening. I enjoy seeing young people out here walking into the things that they're doing, and so I'm just glad. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Another business that we talked to was the Two Scoops Ice Cream Eatery located on Selby Avenue. We wanted to talk to Brian White Sr., its owner, to get his scoop on the community impact of his business through ice cream. So here it is. Well, I'm here with the owner of the Two Scoops Ice Cream Eatery. Would you please tell us your name?
Brian White, Sr.
We, as the Youth Council, wanted to go out into the Rondo community to get the owners of actual Black-owned businesses in this community. So I just want to ask you, what led you to found this business and own it?
Well, I'm a culinary arts major for over 40 years with cooking experience. Just wanted to do something a little downsized from the mainstream restaurants, and I decided to do ice cream. And then I wanted to do something that everybody could indulge in. And ice cream is it, I mean, all the way from little kids all the way up to grandparents and everything in between. So, yeah. So that's why I chose ice cream. And we opened up during the pandemic, and it ended up being perfect time to open up because everybody was looking for an outlet, or something like a feel-good spot or something. So this was it.
And and you're so right about that. As you can see, people of all ages in here right now. Where did that passion for ice cream come from?
Well, I grew up eating the homemade ice cream. My grandmother would make it, where we would churn that thing and turn it, and everybody take turns doing that. And grew up eating vanilla ice cream, and right till this day, that's a flavor that I still love. Even though we still have 18 different flavors, people will come in and go, "What's your favorite flavor?" I go, "Vanilla." They go, "Wow, you got 18 different flavors to choose from, and you choose vanilla?" And then they ask me why, and it's kind of something that I grew up on. So yeah.
What would you say are some customer favorites here?
Our number one seller is, I don't know if we have it out right now, but it's called This Blank Just Got Serious.
Oh.
Yeah, it's our number one seller.
What does that have?
It's caramel blended with cashews and some chocolate and a couple other ingredients in it, but it's super good.
That's some serious stuff. So how long have y'all been open for business?
We opened May 30th of 2020, so we just celebrated 4 years last month, a couple of months ago, I should say now.
How has the business been going? How has the community received you guys?
The community has been great. They welcome us with open arms, and it's just a bit above and beyond my expectations. So yeah.
So what do you like about this community? What do you love about this community, the Rondo community?
I grew up in this community as a child, and as a fact, we used to play in this same exact spot. It used to be called the Pop Shop when we were kids, like a game room. We'd all come here and play games and stuff like that, and then never knew that I would end up owning a business here in this exact spot. So that's just one of the reasons I love this place. So yeah.
So when you was a kid, this was a whole different spot, and this was the game.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. And what was the reason that it's no longer here?
Oh, well, there's been multiple things that moved in here after that. I mean, there was a golden time. Coffee shop was here for, I want to say, 24, 25 years before we moved into this spot. So, and it's just a historic spot. So, yeah.
So, I'd like to follow up with that. So, why is it important for a community to own and operate its business?
It's important for a community to own and operate a business so that we could bring wealth into our community. Yeah.
And what legacy do you want to leave behind for the community and for family?
For the community and for my family. That's why Two Scoops is Black owned, and it's owned and operated, family owned and operated, I should say. Yeah.
Now, what advice? Now, we are the Reconnect Rondo Youth Council, right? We are a youth-led, youth-driven group. Now, my last question to you is, what advice would you give to a young person who wants to run their own successful small business, community-based business?
My advice to young people that's interested in owning or operating their own business in the future is to take a couple business courses or business classes if it's possible, so you can have a little knowledge to what you're getting into and what you're doing.
Is that what you did?
It's not what I did because I'm kind of old school, but like I said, I'm a culinary arts major, so I've been in the kitchen all my life, and I kind of watched and learned, most of the stuff that I know. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much. It's been an honor to interview you. I'm about to get some ice cream myself. I'm seeing my fellow folks here eating, indulging, but I'm about to go right there.
So I feel like Black-owned businesses, the importance of them in communities like Rondo, I feel like it's really, it's saying something whenever somebody in a community is able to get whatever they need within their community. So if they gotta get groceries, if they gotta get their hair done, if they gotta get supplies for party, like whatever it is, like I think it's a really good thing to be able to know that your community can sustain you and you don't have to leave and go outside of it to get what you need. And it really just keeps that community very tight-knit and close, and it allows them to sustain themselves without needing that external support. And then the businesses being Black-owned, it's nice to be able to see people that you can see yourself in going after things and doing things that usually you wouldn't see. And so it's nice to be able to have that representation and to know that like you can do whatever you want to do and you shouldn't have to face these barriers in order to do that.
I think it's really important to be able to see yourself in these businesses, being able to see that you're able to do these things, like own a restaurant or like the makeup shop, or that we didn't interview them, but that across the ice cream place, there was that like beautiful store, and just being able to see like people your own color doing these things, it's showing that it's not impossible, that it's achievable, and that there's like we're able to do these things. And sometimes you like think, oh, I'm not able to do these things because I'm Black, and that's just not the truth. That's what sometimes we're forced to believe that we're not able to achieve these things. And I think it's just so important to be able to see yourself, see people like you in these establishments, building these establishments, owning these establishments, hiring people that are the same color as you. I think that's why it's important to see them just across, so that show that we have that ability, to have that power, show that we're not just nothing, that we can make it.
The reason I think that it's important that Rondo has Black-owned businesses is because Rondo is filled with African-American families, and I think it's important that the community knows that they have somewhere to stand and somewhere to build their businesses and their economy off of within their own community.
So throughout our podcast, we've been very intentional about sharing the story of Rondo and uplifting voices that are from and a part of this community.
On July 20th, we, the Youth Council, attended Rondo Days, which has been in the past an annual celebration of the culture and the people and the businesses of Rondo.
It was the first time after 4 years of being postponed due to COVID that this event was celebrated.
At the event, we talked to many individuals about their connection to Rondo and the significance of events like Rondo Days, and we wanted to share with you their thoughts and stories.
So we first started by asking people, what is their connection to Rondo? So what is your tie to Rondo?
My tie to Rondo raised, grew up here, went to school here, had my first fights, crushed all that, educated me, paid me, all that. Here to, pay it back and pay it forward.
Born and raised, right?
My ties is I grew up in St. Paul, family been here all my life. I was born in Mississippi, but I was raised here in St. Paul. So
wonderful.
Connected in this community.
What is your tie to the Rondo community?
Well, I currently live in St. Paul with with my children, and so we just come out and enjoy. We're glad that the Rondo is back, so it's just something exciting to be part of the community.
Well, I was born and raised in Rondo. I grew up in Lonnie Atkins, then I moved over here on Eaglehart. We lived over on Selby and Lexington, and I graduated from Central High School.
What's your name and what's your title, Rondo?
Tyrone Minor, and I'm a son of Rondo, born and raised here.
Born and raised.
Robson Q, Rondo raised, born and raised in this area.
KMFN, born and raised here as well.
So what is your name and what is your title, Rondo?
My name is Jerome, and my title Rondo is business, entrepreneurship, community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like tapping in with the kids, I like tapping in with the entrepreneurship. I like pushing around entrepreneurship, so that's kind of my thing in the community, honestly. I think that's my tie, personally. I'm not from here, but I see everybody here, and they got to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, the memory of the community, you know what I mean? Even after the 94, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's kind of dope, so I think that's my tie.
I'm born and raised right here.
Born and raised.
In our whole community. And my dad volunteer coach at Oxford for 35 years. Joe Mauer hit the Hall of Fame thanks to my dad. Stacey Robinson. There's a lot of pro athletes come out of St. Paul.
So, like, what was it like growing up in Rondo?
Oh, it was rough. We it was property around here. And then when they took away the freeway, the homes around there, it was difficult, but we maintained. Yes, I was a kid going when they made the freeway. I used to go play in the dirt. 1962, 63. I was yeah.
So what was life before the freeway?
With property. I can say that, but we maintained. The small community, we only could go to so much far. Weston, the Lexington. Yes, it was. But we made, schools, mechanic arts, Central. Yes, we had all that.
Can I just ask, what are your ties to Rondo?
It's not that I have ties, it's just that this has been my community over the years. I'm 68 years old, so I've been coming back and forth to Rondo for a long time.
So you've been rooted around here? Yeah.
I have been.
That's beautiful.
I left and came back, but I've been rooted.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
That's beautiful, man.
Really is no connection. I just come and celebrate with everybody out here every time.
Oh, I grew up around here. I mess with a lot of people from the area too.
Okay.
And it's really nice. Good community too.
You know, like he said, I grew up around here. You know, everybody knows me around here, so I really be like, I come here like every single year.
I feel it. My favorite part is the events that's getting hosted around here, like Rondo Days, the basketball events, especially with the gun violence around here. I like that basketball tournament. I like how the youth really shows up for stuff like that too.
I like how, like all of our people show up for each other when, because a lot of people been getting, murdered and stuff. And I like how a lot of people been organizing, like, protests and everything. And I like how they be doing that.
My connection to Rondo is my entire family. My grandfather and his brothers, they all came and moved to Minnesota in the 1950s. And then they actually had a house on Carroll when 94 came and they had to move.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a deep connection right there. That's a deep connection.
The event showcased the diversity of the Rondo community. It featured local residents who were there at the event to celebrate, but it also had people from outside the community coming in to see what's up. This shows that Rondo continues to be the hub for African Americans in the Twin Cities.
I saw people that were from Minneapolis, from Chicago, just different cities, but I think it was really telling to know that they decided to come to Rondo Days, and this was the spot that people from all over came to celebrate Rondo, celebrate Black culture. It was really cool to see how so many people from all over decided to come to the Rondo community. So I feel like that says something about the energy, the vibes, just the all-around feel of this community. It just feels very home-like.
Everyone that I talked to, they all had a different tie to Rondo. They all understood of its past and knew of the past. Because they live in Rondo, but still their outlook of Rondo was just so beautiful.
So afterwards, we asked them why they were at the event and what this event meant to them, the significance of it to them.
What does Rondo Days mean to you? What's special about it?
I would say the event and then what we're celebrating is like two different things. You know, the event, that's just the physical of what's happening. I think I've only ever missed one. I was here for like even the first one stuff. It went from doing it in like a empty ass lot to we out here in the park and stuff. We got everybody. It's a real festival out here to, you know, back when you just had to give everything you got regardless who showed up and stuff. But like what celebrating Rondo Days is like just celebrating community union, being present, being here with one another, and then also with the culture that we all benefit from and all give to.
And I just wanted to keep my kids connected to Rondo and the St. Paul community. So it was important for me to make sure that they were out here to be around everybody that, you know, that's tied together by the city.
And so Rondo Days hasn't been held for like the past 4 years now. So, and now that it's back now, so does it mean something to you specifically? Does it have any special meaning at all?
Well, again, it's just really nice to be connected and unified with the city because it was gone for so long, and just to be able to have something that the kids and families can come out and be safe and enjoy the good food and everything and just hearing the music. It's wonderful.
So why are you here today at the Rondo Days event?
Well, it's a traditional thing. You know, I come and hang out at Rondo's to see all the people that you grew up with, because you can reconnect with them because you haven't seen them in years. Yes.
And does this event hold any meaning to you specifically?
Does it hold any meaning? Yes, for the simple fact that I grew up across the street. I lived over across the street, and they put 94 and split us up and everything. So it's very important to me. It has a lot of meaning to me.
Well, I'm here today promoting our mentorship program that we have. It's kicking off in the fall, and what we're doing is we are trying to pair mentors with mentees, so we want to recruit. This is something that got funded by the Professional Educator Licensing and Standards Board. Well, they're administering the money. The state was generous enough to provide the funding. Nevertheless, what we're doing is we're trying to recruit educators to be mentors and mentees, and what we want is to pair up mentors with mentees for the 2024-2025 school year. And the idea is that they're going to work together throughout the school year, and at the end, we would like to collect some evidence and just figuring out how helpful was this. Does it make a difference in how you feel as an educator? Are you rejuvenated? Are you ready to, continue to commit to education? And so that's what we want to do. And so one of the benefits of being a mentor or a mentee is that you get a stipend for participation. And that's just one of the ways to provide a financial incentive. We know that teachers are typically strapped, and this is a great way to provide some financial support for them.
I look forward to this event every year. You know, they had quit having it for a few years, but we're back on. I love it. This is where I grew up. This is where I played at as a kid, so I love it. Yes.
And I'm here just to see the turnout and see the people and just get acquainted with people that I haven't seen in a long time, and see lots of people. Yeah, absolutely.
This is like a family reunion. I'm connected. This is my community. This is where I grew up. So yeah.
Why are you guys here today at Rondo Days?
It's a kind of a customary thing that we do. We do it every time we can, and especially with Rakim and MC Light headlining, it was the place to be.
A little more of the same. It's tradition for us, as I haven't been here in a long time, so it's nice to be back here for Rakim and MC Light, really, though.
I support my peoples, so I feel like that's the way I can support.
So why are community events like these so important?
For one, it's so important for all these black people to be around each other with no gunshots. And for two, it's just like it's providing a safe space and a safe environment. And that's what I do with my company every summer. I create a safe space and a safe environment for kids, ages I would say like 11 all the way to like 20. And we take them through a 90-day cohort called the First Class Academy. And it's just, it's lovely, bro. Like, I ain't seen nobody arguing her except for relationships. It's just the best thing black people could do right now instead of going to the club.
I'm here at Rondo Days to connect. It's a lot of us here, man. It's a good turnout, man. There's no issues, you know what I mean? But it's good that we get to see that. Like, you know, we don't get to showcase that a lot. They always try to make sure that it seems like it's gonna be issues, but we ain't got no issues. It's peace, man. Look, everybody's doing good.
What does that mean to you? What does this event mean to you?
I think if I was gonna say what this event means to me, I probably would say it means just it's culture. I mean, I think it's just culture, honestly. I mean, and that's what we need. I mean, that's what's important. That's what's really, I mean, what we definitely need in our community for sure is culture. I mean, culture kind of keep us grounded, kind of keep us centered. I mean, keep us active, but not, you know what I mean, too active, friendly. You know what I mean, everybody we doing business over here. We network with people over there, bumping elbows with people that we've been seeing, that we haven't seen. I mean, you know, it's like a reunion. It's cool. I like it. I love it.
What is your favorite part about this Rondo Days event so far?
Well, the food is always good, and it's good to come out and see all the people.
That's beautiful.
It's a nice day. Get to see everybody in the community and stuff. It's a good thing.
What did you like so far out here?
I'm checking out everything.
Checking out everything, having fun?
Meeting family, yeah.
Yeah. What's been your favorite thing so far?
Probably like, it's really hard to figure out, but probably like spending time with my family.
What you saw shows the value of being at community events like the ones in Rondo Days. Seeing other people in your community brings about an individual and collective joy that is super important for a community.
One thing I heard a few times, or twice basically, but was unity, and I definitely saw a lot of that in Rondo. You don't really see that much around your neighborhood now, but being in Rondo or Rondo Days, or you know, the event, it was just like everybody, you might not know them, but you felt like you knew them, you know? There was just like this connection. It was definitely unified. There was just nothing but joy there. You saw from the old to the young, they were going around, playing around, you know, walking around, buying stuff, just talking. I think the biggest thing I saw there was just unity and just like peace. There was no problem there. And I think that was just so beautiful to see.
I think the most important thing that I take from this clip is just that sense of community and actually wanting to tap in with your community and come together, unification. It's impossible to get anything done if we're all just living in our own homes and we just see our block as our neighborhood, or even on my house as my home. It's like the whole community has to be your home. The people around you, you need to acknowledge as other people to be worked with. Otherwise, you have no sense of community. Otherwise, everything breaks down. There's no structure with everything going on. The only power you hold is once you've gathered your family, your people together to kind of make a statement.
Next, we ask people what people love about Rondo.
What do you love about Rondo?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I like this. That skin color, man. I love seeing it, man. There's so much of it, man. And you know, you don't get that often. You gotta go dumb the numbers down. Normally, you know what I mean? Normally you gotta be watered down with, you know, everybody, you know what I mean? Versus just a concentration of us. Man, I like seeing it.
What I love about Rondo, I say what I love about Rondo is Rondo teaches you how to like not just love, but how to love back, how to show up, how like showing you that it's one thing, you know, to have all these things and stuff that's going on, but it's always okay to be there, show up, and that you always have a gift to give.
What I love is it gives you a sense of ownership, a sense of family, and all those different type of things. Because this is our community as a black community. This is our main hub for us. You know what I mean? So Rondo is where it's at. It's a place that that you know that you're gonna be able to meet people and expand that community.
I love that everybody, it seems like it's a small community. Everybody knows everybody. They're connected in some way, shape, or form, whether it's through school or work, but it just seems like we're just unified here, so.
Oh my God, the love. Can you see the love? Like a lot of these people, this guy over here, he was just telling us a story about, you know, when we were growing up, and my brother didn't even remember the story, but just the love, you know what I mean? This is everybody, a lot of us know each other, we've seen each other, it's all love.
You heard it first from the videos. People want community events like Rondo Days to continue. They also want the community to grow together and grow. Now, people want to have the agency and opportunity to thrive and to stay successful. They also want other people, former Rondo residents who were displaced by the highways, to return, creating restorative justice. They also want Rondo to be an inspiration for other communities across the country. They want Rondo to serve as a beacon of hope and unity for the African American community.
So a common theme or common themes that I saw in those clips were people emphasized their love of just knowing everybody and just that connection being there. Like whenever you're walking around this community, you don't feel like you're a stranger. You don't feel like you're some sort of alien that's from the outside. Like you feel included. You feel like you know everybody and people know you, and like it's just so tight knit.
I think the what I thought of the Rondo Days, like the whole entire thing was, it was just great seeing like everyone that I interviewed and like came across, they were so open to the fact of like saying, oh, Rondo's it's so beautiful. And it's great that like everyone that I talked to, they all had like a different tie to Rondo. They all understood of its past and like knew of the past. Because they live in Rondo, but still their outlook of Rondo was just so beautiful. All of them, they were like, everyone in here is just, everyone that lived at Rondo, lives in Rondo. They just had this beautiful outlook of Rondo, even added like what happened prior then. And it was just great seeing the community wanting to interact with us, interact with like the interviews and speak their mind and be like, yeah, I'll tell you, I'm gonna actually give you a little bit of the history of Rondo, just in case you don't know. And I'm still gonna show that like our resilience is just insane, you know? Then it doesn't seem like it kind of broke them. It seems like it kind of made them stronger. It was just beautiful. I also would go back to one of the clips. This little kid, he was just like, hey, can I go to the camera? Can I, interact? And just, it was beautiful. I don't know. Yeah.
So the last question we asked was, what do you want to see for the future of Rondo, maybe like 20 years from now?
What do you want for the future of Rondo? What do you want? And what do you want Rondo to look like in 20 years?
What I want Rondo to look like in 20 years is what, the youth and the present. First off, I say the future is us, the present, all of us. And it's like what we want it to look like is what I want it to look like, what the future wants it to look like and stuff like that. That's for them it's just for me to keep on pushing that until they arrive and stuff. So for me, it's just as long as we got a foundation for all of our people to thrive and just have the willingness to choose and know they have a choice, the power in that, then that's all I can ask for.
20 years from now, I would love to see our African-American family members to move back into our community to continue the tradition of St. Paul Rondo.
Oh, wow. 20 years from now, basically the same thing, like bringing the local artists here and just showcasing, like we're listening now to someone that is local and was actually got a start with KMOJ, and that's a community, that's part of the community too. So just being able to showcase the city and just local artists and local vendors, things like that.
What do you want for the future of this community?
To stay successful, to stay like this. I don't really know too much, but I do know if it was like this, if it was like this and to continue to be like this, you know what I mean, it'll create some tension around the whole world. And then it'll be people that'll travel and that'll come here, you know what I mean? So like the George Floyd school, you know, you've been over there? Yeah, that's the area I'm from. You know what I'm saying? That area used to be bad, gunshots every day. Shit happened to George Floyd, everybody started coming. Now we got people coming from out of town. You know what I'm saying? Everybody come from out of town, they come there and they show love, and it's a safe space now. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like it'll create a lot of opportunity for all the kids, because that's all I'm here for is the next generation. Exactly. You know what I mean? So like, if it ain't about the kids, it ain't about, you know, it ain't really about nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you pretty much just stop at the present and don't look forward to the future.
I would like this event to continue, have it every year, and keep it in the same neighborhood. They've moved it around a few times, but this is where it needs to be. This is where it started. This is where we want to keep it.
Yeah, and well, for me, it's traditionally, I would just like to see it, maintain it here and have it where the roots begin. Just keep it growing.
That's
right. Know?
All right. Thank you so much.
You know, I want Rondo to reclaim the greatness that existed before, you know, the freeway tore up the community. And I expect us to be able to do that.
Thank you so much.
To continue this type of gathering, low drama, no foolishness. I love the acts, the old school acts that they brought. Just to let it continue and let the legacy of Rondo live on.
Yep, and I'd like to see them build on this. I have no idea, don't ask me what that means, but I'd like to see this continue and grow, right? I feel like it was a little bigger in the past, so maybe it'll grow.
What do you hope to see for the future of the education system, maybe like in 20 years from now?
Oh, I would like to see more black and brown educators in the classroom. In Minnesota, I think we represent like just over 6%, and 0.5% of that is black male educators. And so I'm hoping that we can recruit more black males into education, and one of those is my brother. He has definitely got something to contribute to education. He's an artist. He's also our creative director. And so just figuring out like pathways to recruit educators outside of just focusing on colleges, because there are people who have experience, have education, and qualify to be an educator because of the licensing tiered system that we have. And so that is kind of my way to get people in, is to kind of bring people in from other professions, because we represent low numbers in the state anyway. So just try to think outside of the box as far as where we find our candidates.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, I want them to put Rondo back on 94.
Restore that?
Restore that.
I feel like a lot of people in these interviews really emphasize that the event that they were at, Rondo Days, the feeling and the energy of that event is something that they wanted to see continued and move on into the future of Rondo. Just having events like that where people come together from all walks of life and just celebrate and rejoice within their community.
What I thought of the Rondo Days, the whole entire thing, was it was just great seeing everyone that I interviewed and came across. They were so open to the fact of saying, Rondo's, it's so beautiful.
The interviews we conducted at Rondo Days reveal a collage of many different people who are connected to Rondo in many different ways, have their roots in Rondo through many different pathways, and have come to live here either recently or their families have been here for many generations. Yet they're all connected by a vision for the future of Rondo and a link to this place as their home and as a center for the Black experience in St. Paul. And it was great to see and hear how this view of Rondo's past and the vision for that continuation of that into the future came alive at Rondo Days.
Rondo's story is one of resilience, pride, and communal strength. The interviews conducted at Rondo Days reveal a vibrant community, tightly knit and unified by the past and what can be.
I think there needs to be more things like Rondo Days where it just unifies everyone and brings them together. It starts in one of the clips, the guy said it was like a tradition just going to Rondo Days. You know, it was somewhere to go to be with your community. And, you know, I think it's also just great to just show everyone in the community in their own stories in Rondo show what they've went through, what they're going through, and where they are now, and what they feel about Rondo. You know, I think that's some of the most important things to show in doing Reconnect Rondo, is showing the people in Rondo and how they feel.
And we were able to, over the course of this podcast, talk to many people throughout the community, learn about its history, and understand what makes this community the way it is.
Looking ahead, the community aspires to maintain these traditions while also seeking economic growth, restoration, and opportunities for success. Their vision for Rondo is one where rich legacy inspires not only people in Minnesota, but people across the nation.
Throughout this podcast series, we as the Youth Council have grown through learning about the Rondo community that some of us are a part of and some of us support as allies.
So I think throughout being in Reconnect Rondo and being a part of it, and soon enough being a host, just being able to show what Rondo is about, show what's really, like, you hear the name Rondo, you might know the history, but maybe you don't know what's going on, or you have like an idea, but we're here to just really just show that.
From talking about and discussing the patterns of systemic racism within transportation policy, from talking to different heads of nonprofits in Rondo, and talking to just everyday people from the Rondo community, we've really learned what Rondo was, what it is, but also what it can be.
As we continue to share these stories, we celebrate Rondo's enduring spirit and the hopeful future its residents are hoping to build.
Throughout this whole internship and being in the background and becoming a host, I feel like I've learned so much. It started off with, to be honest, with just, a means of like getting income, but learning more of the community and just its thriving history and its background and its community. I've learned so much through it.
One of the core reasons why we began as a youth council and what our work is to really share the story of Rondo. And it's a very complex one. We wanted to make sure that it's not just, like we said earlier, the pain that we're showing, not just Interstate 94 running through the community and causing it a lot of devastation. That's not all that it is. We wanted to uplift joy and resilience. And throughout these interviews that we've done throughout the community over the months that we've been working, the years that we've been working on this internship, it really shows that pride is still there, and those traditions are still there, that culture is still there, and that persistence is still there.
Just because what happened back then does not define what we're doing now, and is not forcing us to do something. It's definitely a learning lesson, and it definitely shows that we need to be here for the community. We need to figure out what we can do to help, and like what we want and what we don't want. Because if we do nothing, then we'll get nothing, But it definitely doesn't define us as a community. Define whoever's watching this. It's just, it's a learning experience.
We, the Youth Council, center youth voices through podcasts, multimedia, and community outreach experiences that empower the Rondo community and communities like it. We seek to uncover the racism that lies under the pavement and continue the work that previous generations started. Our vision is to seek collaborative connections between groups of young people who have been historically marginalized and impacted by systemic inequality, and that will lead to the creation of systems of equity. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching our podcast. If you like what you see, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and click that notification bell to get notified when we put out new podcast episodes.